Hello everybody and welcome to another update from Crypto Gossip. My name is Adam, your host. The Blur token drop went live yesterday. Wanted to talk about that today and how you can claim your tokens. We've talked about this NFT marketplace, this aggregator that's been live for several months now. And then they have these different airdrops that you're able to participate in. 3 different airdrops through either prior activity on Ethereum and in the NFT community, or some airdrops that you had some activity on their marketplace that qualified you for even more of these crates that had tokens inside of them. And now today is the day. Yesterday went live. You're able to claim your crates. You have 60 days to claim this, so it's not a huge rush, but we'll talk a little bit today about how to do that, what the token price is at, and a season 2 that's coming up as well. So hopefully by watching my videos in the past, you're able to take advantage of these as airdrop. There were some people that were getting 6-figure or more airdrops, so definitely is a very significant event in the crypto space. We've talked about airdrops before on the channel over the last couple of years, where I've been able to participate in some significant drops in the past. It's definitely nice to get these airdrops to allow you to buy either even more NFTs. You see the NFT community in the marketplace start to really pick up in terms of a lot of people using and reinvesting these airdrops back into more NFT collections. A lot of the blue chips start to pop. We're seeing that same activity here today. So definitely exciting times anytime you get into that airdrop season with tokens that are out there. So again, you can see this pinned tweet from yesterday. It's time for Blur. Care packages can be opened on February 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern time. They pushed it back about an hour and a half beyond that, so it was actually about 1:30 Eastern time when it actually went live to claim, and it was quite a crazy day yesterday. Gas prices went crazy. It wasn't even worth claiming for several hours because gas was so high, but now things have calmed down, and so you've got 60 days to do that, and you can just start doing that today. So again, this is out there. When you go to the airdrop, when you go to Blur and this platform out there, you can see up here that there's the list of collections. There's your own portfolio that you connect your wallet to. I actually claimed from my larger wallet yesterday, a few hours after all this calmed down, but I do have a second wallet with some activity where I have a few boxes, so I wanted to wait to do that today just to show you how to do that and walk you through the process. There was airdrop 1 that was retroactive to activity that you had for the prior 6 months before this airdrop happened. So we went in here several months ago. I posted a video about this where I then qualified, at least in this case for this wallet, for 6 uncommon. There's also a rare and a legendary. They also have a mythic box that they released later. Airdrop 2 was based on listing activity, so you had to actually go out and list your NFTs out on their marketplace, and based on your listing activity, it qualified you for even more crates. At that point, I actually qualified for quite a lot more in my other wallet. I got qualified for 30 or 40 crates from my listing activity in Airdrop 2. Airdrop 3 was for a period of time for a couple of months where it was based on bids, so you actually bid on collections and placed bids out there, and that activity then earned you points for this token Airdrop 3. And again, if you were somebody who was a heavy participant in these 3 airdrops, there were people out there, you can just go out on Twitter and just see all the posts out there with these 6-figure token drops that are out there. And so then of course, what is this going to be worth and why is it worth so much money? The token actually dropped yesterday. It went down as low as about 50 cents. And then as you see with a lot of this, people want to immediately cash out, take their money. And I admit that I was one of those that cashed out kind of at the low point for today in the mid to high 60s. Once it went from 50 cents up to around the 60 to 70 cent range, I decided at that point I wanted to cash out. And it is hard when you see that dollar amount in there. I qualified for about $900 to $1,000 worth of tokens, and when you have that much money sitting there, it is hard to be patient and let this play out. But had you been patient with it, typically with airdrops, there's a little initial dump of the token where people want to cash out and get their money out and start buying NFTs or doing other things with their money. In this case, had you held on and been patient, who knows what this token is going to do going forward, and it might keep going up from here, where those who were patient could have done well here. So 94 cents per token. Now mine was about 1,400 tokens, so a pretty nice chunk of change. If I'd held on, I would have had even more, about 50% more from yesterday. So again, if you have not yet claimed it, now's again a good time to do that because you will have been patient and had this token price jump up. You'll go then to the Blur tab that's in this airdrop section here, Blur season 1 finale, and then they kind of go through this whole drop where you click on this button. It takes you to a new page here, and then you can start to go through this season 1 recap. And it did take a little bit of time to go through this, and we'll walk through it, but they do kind of go through some narrative on what this looks like and why, kind of a backdrop of this actually starting on October 19th when it was first launched. This is when that airdrop happened, or that airdrop 1, and over that last several months, you've seen where this has then played out over the 3 airdrops we've talked about. You'll hit the continue button. It will then, for me, it will tell me my most traded collection from this wallet. This is a wallet that I was trading some of my checks. We've talked about the checks NFT collection that's been hot on my radar screen the last month. And it's showing me that my most active collection was the checks project with this particular wallet. And so you can see here they start showing some of the volume and kind of the overall summary of how many traders were out there. There were 146,823 other traders out on the platform, and they've processed over $1 billion since the launch. Definitely been because of the incentives associated with doing a lot of the activity on the platform. Certainly encourages a high level of activity on here compared to other places out there. We saw the same thing with LooksRare when it came out. Everybody was kind of using that because of just those rewards you were getting on a regular basis. So the question is going to be with Blur, will this type of activity continue? And with this launch of season 2, it does look like, at least in the short term, it will continue to be something that's going to be an opportunity for people here. So there was a summary of I've earned many care packages. I earned 6 with this one, pretty small amount compared to others. But you can then go in here and open for Blur, and you'll go through this process, this step-by-step process for yourself. And it will go through a little bit of some animation and some fun to try to, these unboxings are always a good way for a platform to really be able to kind of hype all this up for people. We've seen this with NBA Top Shot before some of my early videos. And so you'll kind of go through this step-by-step process of seeing how many tokens you qualify for. I can only imagine what that must have been like for people who were doing really well with hundreds of thousands of these Blur. So now there is one thing you're going to find if you are in the US. You are going to see that if you're in the US region, you cannot claim your tokens. I won't go too much into how to work around that, but if you're in crypto, you know that your location can be looked at in terms of how you want to do that. You have to certify you're not a U.S. person if you go through this process. So just from a compliance standpoint, you do have to be careful with that. And then you connect your wallet to claim your Blur tokens. And so that's really the whole process. It's going to be pretty straightforward. The next step would be that your MetaMask wallet would pop up. You'll then claim those tokens, and I only in this case qualified for 35 tokens, which is a little bit less than $35. So probably with gas, it's still going to be worth just collecting a few tokens just to do some other things with. But I wanted to make sure that you at least saw that this happened out here. I'm going to switch back to my first wallet that I did claim the tokens with, because you have to go through the entire process with your wallet claiming your tokens before this will pop up around Blur Season 2. I just want to make sure you were aware of this, that once you complete all of the airdrop steps that we talked about in the before, it will then switch you over to a Season 2. There's also an idea map. It does give you some preview into a roadmap that they are looking at here that's kind of cryptic around with some things that they might be doing to make this even more exciting. So I do think that the token itself may continue to maintain some value if the Blur team can continue their momentum and do some other things here. So for Blur Season 2, Season 1 was just the beginning. There's a lot more coming. Season 2 rewards have not been revealed yet, but for the next 30 days, all bidding and listing points have been doubled. All bidding and listing points are doubled until March 14th. So you'll get bid points just like you did with this last airdrop. If you place bids in their pool that you have out there, and you can actually click on this little wallet up here and you can add funds to the pool and place bids on certain collections that are out there, and that's how you earn points. And there's also now going to be listing points. They have not formulated that yet or given you transparency around what that looks like, but if you go out and put listings out on the platform, and they encourage you to do that, you'll earn points there. And then loyalty is based on if you're listing with Blur versus OpenSea or LooksRare or others, even though you can list across all of those platforms with Blur. That's also how that works. So the rolling 24-hour leaderboard is here, and you can see where people are already starting to earn points off of their activity, which will prepare them for this next season airdrop. So if you've missed out on all of this, you see out there all the buzz on Twitter about all the money people are making, some of the money I've made and posting about this. This is a second chance for you to get more involved in Blur for Season 2 and earn some of these rewards from that. So it's definitely been an exciting time. I've been able to participate in several of these types of airdrops in the couple of years I've been in crypto, and these are always fun times to see free money come into your account and the reward for all your hard work over the last several months. So I wanted to make sure you saw this for today. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for this type of content. I'll keep you posted on this project and other cryptocurrency projects we cover. Thanks, and have a good rest of the day and the week.